What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by the man who was on the floor last night. Your boy, Big Money Drew Nicholas, right here, and your boy, Mister OnlyFans himself, Shane O.F. Husky. Welcome to a
Coming soon.
special edition of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Man, Extreme Rules recap, boys. Let's
Man,
talk about it.
let's talk
Man,
about it.
Whew,
First match.
boy. Drew. We saw you live on TV, my man. Big money moment of the night. Drew, tell us, man, how was it being there?
So it was my first ever pay-per-view slash premium live event, whatever we're calling these things
It
now.
was his first, ladies and gentlemen, his first.
Uh, um, Absolutely incredible. I've been to 2 Grand Slams now, so in much smaller venues than the Wells Fargo Center, which is like at least 20,000 seat stadium. I imagine it looked like it, at least in person. Yeah, it was very special, very special. There were some extremely incredible things that happened.
Oh yeah.
A major moment that I will never forget, and a complete dud. But we'll talk about that when we get there.
Oh, a complete dud. Gee, I wonder what match that will be.
Man, oh man. So this is what we want to do, Drew. I want to go ahead and start this off right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we normally do is we just jump right in and we just like, hey, this is what happened. This is what happened. But tonight we're going to do a little special format just because Big Money Drew's in the house. We're going to rate these shows on the star system. All right,
We're
so what
actually
gonna
having
do,
a format tonight? No way.
format. I know it's
Man, we
fucking
don't believe
wild,
in
right?
formats, but I guess we
So we're
gotta
going to
do
go
it
ahead and start
today.
with this match right here: the Brawling Brutes versus
Oh
Imperium
my
in good old
god.
fashioned Donnybrook.
Donnie.
Okay, so Drew, what are your thoughts? What are your takes on being there live, watching this historic beatdown of a match?
What I could see of it was wonderful. That's that. So there's going to be a common theme that I didn't anticipate, because when I went to both Grand Slams, well, when I went to the not I didn't have a floor seat for the first
Mhm.
Grand Slam. Second Grand Slam, as you see right there, I had a floor seat, and the positive thing about that floor seat was, one, it was right on the aisle, and two, it was the stage for Grand Slam was elevated, so they walk right out into the ring versus regular WWE shows where there's just like a flat stage going to the ring.
Right.
Um, so I could not, unfortunately, see throughout any match a lot of things going on around the ring. And what made it worse in this case, while at Grand Slam, there were screens all over the place. At Extreme Rules, there were 2 screens very high up. Couldn't really
Oh,
see them.
the jumbo screen where
Yes.
for the higher ups. They may
So
be injured.
I could not see much except for a little bit around the ring and the ring itself. So,
Before we go any
um,
further, shout out to Faye Baby 92 for this amazing work of art that we have presented for us in front of us right
thank
now.
you.
Season
Thank you very much,
premiere.
Faye Baby.
This is awesome right here. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead,
We're in
Drew.
the
I'm
season
sorry.
premiere phase.
So, first of all, my first time ever seeing Sheamus. Incredible. A gigantic man, like legitimately a gigantic man. Didn't even expect that at all. Um, and my first time seeing Ludwig Kaiser. Interesting looking man in person. I'm gonna put it that way. And I've seen Fabian Eichner, Giovanni, whatever that
Yeah,
nonsense.
Giovanni Vinci.
I've seen Walter previously, I think twice. before he looked like the incredible man that he looks now. And I saw Butch. I hate saying that, and Pete, and not Pete Dunne, obviously, and Ridge Holland. I saw when I went to SmackDown earlier this year. So it was the brutality was incredible. You know, Sheamus loves hitting hard, and he loves getting hit hard, and I appreciate that so much because a lot of people thought this guy's career was done a few years ago.
Yes.
And any time that he comes out is special now, and I'm really happy for that Clash of the Castle match because it solidified where Sheamus should be going in his career right now as like a full-on babyface, and I can't wait for that full turn to happen.
Me and my
As
boys
for the
hanging out
match,
bangers after bangers.
He'd have a bang.
oh, that's true. The match in person was very nice. I would have liked to record a little bit more, but it turns out this venue was heavy on only pictures, no recording. They
Even
were going
though
around on the floor, going like, "Hey, you got to stop!" Like to
Wow.
everybody around me.
they do
So,
that with every arena, even though they can't stop him because one, everybody does it, and two, who
right.
doesn't record at a wrestling show?
So, but I recorded what I came for, pretty much. Like, I got Bailey and Bianca's entrance. I got Edge and Finn Balor's entrance. I got the end. So,
They
Yeah.
weren't going to stop the end entrance. They weren't going to stop
So
that.
speaking of the end, I don't want to get there too far.
No.
But there was a video on YouTube, the complete end, like after the lights went off, after the video was over, after the pay-per-view, the premium live event was over. There's a longer video that I started watching, and I was going to share it with you, Shane, but I started talking to Drew, and I got excited to talk to Drew about it on live on screen. So yeah, I will have to find that video again.
yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and rate this match. Brawling Brutes, Imperium. The winners were the Brawling Brutes. But Shane, what do you rate this match? Scale of 1 to 10.
Well, after Sheamus having another banger, I gave it a solid 10, actually.
Yeah, high praise. High
Yeah.
praise from Mr. Blucci himself.
Yeah.
What about you there, Drew? Since you were there live and in living color.
The 10. Absolutely. It was
Banger.
my first ever pay-per-view match. So it's special. I'll always remember, as much as he's not viewed fondly anymore, and for right reason, Gallagher and one of the Dyad guys, Zach Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Gallagher versus Gibson was my first ever wrestling match that I saw live.
Was it an
That was
NXT
the very
show?
first. That was Progress NYC.
Oh, Progress.
Number
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I love Progress Wrestling, man.
That's where I got introduced to Matt Riddle. That's where I got introduced to Walter. They had a match together at that show for the Atlas Championship, and whoo boy, that was
If it
incredible.
wasn't for Progress, we would have the people that we are seeing right now today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That is true. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid 10 too, because that match, for a show called Extreme Rules,
It was
the show started out
really
and did not fail. Every
No.
match in its own way was very extreme. Some was extremely stupid, some was hella extreme. We'll get to the extremely stupid ones in a moment. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this match a solid 10 too, because
The extremely stupid one was the next match.
they beat the shit out of each other. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
all I
So-
know is that I hope if they pull the plug on Sheamus ever becoming undisputed Universal Champion, please don't let it be like his 2015 run where it's just a filler for Roman Reigns to beat him
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, exactly. So then we're going to go ahead and get to the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Liv Morgan, the champion, defending against Ronda Rousey in another Extreme Rules match. Ronda Rousey is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm going to give this match a solid 4.
Yeah. 4 out of 10.
This was
Absolutely.
by far the worst match on the show. The finish, in my opinion, was very stupid. It was a submission hold. Ronda is a submission specialist, a former MMA fighter, the baddest bitch in the planet, as she calls herself.
So, of course, she's not going to use all the weapons that is meant for an Extreme Rules match. She's just going to use her fist, and that's about it. You know?
I mean, technically, she's a weapon, so you got
Yeah.
to see it that way. But
Not-
this whole
not only-
match, this match was stupid from the start. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about how stupid it was. That's how fucking stupid it was. I'm gonna
It
go ahead
was-
and give it a solid 4.
I give it a 2.
Wow, Drew, what do you give this match?
I would give it probably like a 3, honestly.
Oh, hey, one higher up.
Wow.
So, and this is so I took this picture
2,
during
3,
the
4.
match. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Yeah. The Lily
So,
doll.
There was a guy right next to me, nice guy, but he really was wanting Alexa to come out and was upset when she didn't, which I was actually surprised that she didn't. But we'll get to that match. And yeah, I sat down for most of this match, and I did not react to Ronda's entrance at all. Kind of sad that she's on my chair, but which I don't have with me at the moment because I left it in the trunk of my car. So next time you see me on here, you'll see it. But this was the dud of the night for me because, and I kind of wished that it was a little later so that this way I could have already not been taken out of the show. Not that, I mean, it's not that it took me out of the show necessarily, but everybody was standing around me and I was sitting down.
And
So-
all the Liv fans are upset.
I was just like, yeah, whatever. There was a guy a couple of seats down actually that also sat down. I almost wanted to fist bump him, but yeah, it was cool though. One guy had a Lily doll to my right, and to my left, a guy had a World Heavyweight Championship. The WWE title.
Right.
So it was a nice environment. But yeah, I didn't give a shit about this match.
This was like one of those, like, okay. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna get a little heat for it, but
you're gonna get heat from the Liv stands. That's all you're gonna give.
This was the popcorn match of the night. Okay,
Oh.
this was where, like, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back. Hey, can I get some popcorn? Do you want a Coke? Do you want a soda pop? Do you want, what do you want? That's how horrible this fucking match
Because
was.
of that match, I'm all out of Major Melon Mountain Dew. So thank you, Liv. You owe me some 12
It was bad. It was bad. Hopefully they don't have to wrestle each other again. And at the end, she's smiling. Why are you smiling? You just fucking lost. You got choked out by her sitting on your head, and you lost. I'm like, well, it just makes no fucking sense to me. But whatever. That's it. It'll be all, I guess. So let's go to a match that I'm pretty sure Shane was excited about it because during the match, this is where we got a little NC-17 up in here.
We got a little explicit content from
we
this
had
match.
Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a strap match. Where
And
in
the
the beginning,
match.
all Drew kept saying was, "Get your strap on, get your strap on," and we're like, "Did he say get your strap on?"
Yes, I did. And also, Drew and Karrion Kross looked like they enjoyed that just a little bit too much in that match. They were like smiling at each other. Like,
they were a little bit too happy about beating each other's ass with that belt. So for me, the violence in this match, solid 7.
Oh yeah,
solid
7.
I was actually going to give it a 7 too. Yeah.
Wow, look at us being on the same page.
What about you, Mr. Husky? You say a 7 as well, White Rabbit?
7. Yep.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, I saw when I went to SmackDown last time. Very, very tall. Very, very tall guy. He's got to be like a good, I haven't looked it up, but I would say he's a good like 6'6", 6'7". Like, tall fucking dude. Really. Karrion Kross, not a bad looking guy. I'm gonna be honest.
He has a glorious amount of hair.
I kind of like in person. I kind of wish he was bald.
Really?
I don't know if the hair works in person, honestly.
He looks like
Honestly,
a
he looks
Abercrombie and
better
Fitch
with
model.
hair. He
You
looks
think
better
so?
with hair.
He
Yeah.
reminds me of an Abercrombie and Fitch model. Like he's like generic guy number 7. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah, I
like
was
Well,
like,
actually, that generic guy number 7 actually has a personality, unlike some other generic
the
number 7.
problem though, the problem with hair is that it looks, as a wrestler, if you
mhm.
have long hair,
Right.
it just looks messy all the time.
Yeah.
So it just looks like it's not kept up well because any the classic edge shots that we get all the time of his hair just totally messed up. Um, yeah, so it's like, if you want hair, like keep it short, unless you're like Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre. You have that long
His little
floating hair.
wet hair.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this match actually was good. The finish, with the pepper spray, it wasn't real pepper spray, people.
No,
It
no.
wasn't.
And like I
'Cause
told you
I
guys
would have
last
been
night,
choking, and my eyes would have been,
like I said last
bloodshot.
night on the show, I've been sprayed with pepper spray during a wrestling show. A fan fucking pepper sprayed me. That shit fucking hurt. But I went from Indianapolis, Indiana to
Holy
Louisville,
shit.
Kentucky with pepper spray burning my fucking eyes. And the first thing the referee did was pour water on Drew's face. Well,
Oh.
water is an accelerant to pepper spray.
Drew's
It's
right
gonna
there.
burn it even more. So so you pour milk to subsidize the pain. So
And
that's what you
if
did.
if I ever was the one to be the plant guy to get pepper sprayed, I would have to bring a milk.
I'll
with
pepper
me.
spray you for free if you want. I mean, no
Nah,
biggie.
OnlyFans for torturement. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, Shane. Speaking of that, Shane better fucking he better pony up because I see it on your Facebook. Dirkness was asking, yo, what's the link, man?
Everybody
wants
was
to know.
asking me, when's your OnlyFans?
Hey, 244 people watched that stream last night, and they were all like,
Uh,
"Where's Husky's OnlyFans link?"
where's
I'm just
where's
saying,
his OnlyFans?
there's some sick
Coming
people out there in
soon,
the
I
world.
promise you. You think I'm joking? It's really coming soon.
Well, I ain't gonna believe it until I see the link. When I see the link, I'm gonna be like, "Oh shit, he was telling the truth." Now, for another match that was an absolute banger, we got the Raw Women's Championship match and a
That was
ladder
great.
match, contested ladder match. We got Bianca Belair, the champion, facing off against the one and only Bayley. And man, solid 8. Solid 8.
Yeah.
The reason why I give it an 8 is because for two people who never worked each other in a ladder match before, ladder matches are really fucking dangerous. People get hurt.
Yes.
But this match, there's one spot at the end of the match where you can see Bianca look up like, fuck, I think I hurt Bayley. And Bayley looked like she got hurt in that spot. Other than that, this match, solid 8. Drew, what do you think?
I got this incredible picture of Bianca up.
Oh, that's a very good picture.
Mm-hmm.
That was I was like, I had to take that picture because that was amazing. A couple of things. So, never seen a gimmick match like this ever live. So ladder matches are cool. I have to say, the visual of ladders all around the ring in person, very cool. I have to say. And then, all right. So I appreciated it. It seemed like they booked this in a way where specifically Bianca tried at any point to climb up the ladder and get the title. I don't know. I feel like I saw Bianca on the ladder more than Bayley. I don't know for whatever particular reason that was, but I like stuff like that because you should just want to climb up the damn ladder.
I mean, the champion should always want to win like that. You know what I mean? That's a good point.
So obviously, that's what you want in a ladder match for a title. You want to climb up the ladder and get the title as fast as possible. Screw all the moves and screw all this other stuff. This is a ladder match. Climb up the damn thing. So perfect. And then, so now the interference happens with Kai and Sky.
Kai and Sky.
Coming in and interfering on behalf of Bayley. So the guy that was sitting next to me, who had the Lily doll, that obviously was wanting to see Alexa, I was like, oh, I was telling him, like, oh, Alexa and Asuka, sure enough, they're going to come down and help
Yeah, you think.
because obviously the whole thing has been the 3-on-3. So Asuka and Bailey and Asuka and Alexa, of course, are going to come down to help Bianca. And then they never came down.
Well, because they're hurt. Well, Asuka is hurt. Alexa,
What about Alexa?
Alexa just didn't show up,
So,
but she was
and
backstage.
she also tweeted something. When we get to that later.
Oh
So
yeah.
I felt bad for him. I was like, I expected at least Alexa to come out. I actually did not watch Raw or SmackDown this week, so I didn't know that Asuka was hurt. So that makes sense there. But I was like, oh well, Alexa and Asuka, obviously they're going to come out because Kai and Sky came out, and there's been the 3-on-3 thing. So, but they didn't. So I was a little sad about that because I would have liked to see Asuka and Alexa. But yeah. So, but the match, wonderful. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
What about you, Mr. Husky?
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it was actually pretty fucking good, man. It was really good. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't expect so much violence. I mean, I did
At an
expect violence.
Extreme Rules pay-per-view, you didn't expect too much violence.
I mean, I'm just saying, like the last time we had an Extreme Rules match, Mr. OnlyFans Husky 518. Oh, damn, look at that.
Oh, I need to see that. Yep. Yep. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh man, I can do it. I can do it all here, buddy. Oh
Shit.
man. You just wait, Shane. You just wait.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So it was an amazing show. That match was amazing. Shout out to Bianca Belair for retaining the championship. Although I did want Bailey to win, but she didn't
I
win,
wanted
so.
Bailey to win too. I wanted her to win.
I really wanted Bailey to win. But the next matchup,
not winning.
Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. Boy, did I call the finish. Did I call the finish?
He called the finish.
This was an 11 out of 11 match, man. Fuck 10 out of 10. This is 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh,
man. 7 stars. Dave Meltzer, your Meltzer stars, buddy. 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome, baby. 7.
Man, I think Triple H took your idea and booked it.
Bro, I mean, it was wild, man. I mean, think about it. The whole, okay. So let me lay this out. Look at him.
That's
he
a
has
great
the picture.
shot.
This is where we're seeing Big Money Drew. At one point in the match, Edge was running to the ring, and we looked up and I said, "Oh my God, that's fucking Drew." And for that, we're gonna give that the big money moment of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the big money moments of the night.
1A. Oh, well, the 1B.
Yeah, 1A. Yeah, we'll give 1A.
This is the 1B.
1A.
1A.
Yeah, that was very, very special because, okay, if you follow me on Twitter and you've heard my words on Edge in the last few months, I've been kind of negative, but I love Edge, honestly. The whole heel turn thing with this Judgment Day nonsense, that was dumb. Let's be real. That was dumb. But so a quick story about that.
Drew was like, "Stop it!"
There were a couple of guys at the aisle seat and the seat next to the aisle seat in my row that when in the ring initially, I don't remember what happened in that moment, but Edge took Finn down, and then they were doing the microphone thing, and he was grunting. And those guys tried to start a "That's what she said" chant.
That's what she said.
I almost wanted to interject with a "that's what he said" chant.
You
but-
should
Oh,
have.
yeah. Well,
I should have, yeah, but I don't like doing shit like that at shows, so I
Right, me
didn't
neither.
participate. Thankfully, it didn't come through on TV either, so that's nice. So, yeah, so this is one of the matches that I came for because I
That's what she
wanted to
said.
see. I wanted to see Edge for the first time, before he eventually ends up retiring soon. And I've never seen Finn Balor before either. So
With new theme?
was that new?
Yeah,
That
it
was a new
was a
theme,
new
yeah.
theme song.
That fucking ruled.
With he borrowed Karrion Kross's old helmet and
And
turning
he
it
was
into
like,
something
"Imp the
nice.
Gimp. Here comes the Gimp. Here comes the Gimp."
We don't kink shame here.
He borrowed it from after the strap-on match. He borrowed it.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, Cross, can I borrow this helmet? You're
It
not
had like
using it
studs
anymore,
all
right?"
over it too, and he had like
It
one
was
little
like
eye you can
Pinhead.
see out of it. Yeah,
It was like
there you go.
Pinhead. Yeah.
Kinky. So so
It's 9 o'clock, so we can say whatever we want.
so like I said, when stuff is not happening in the ring and stuff is happening around the ring or on the stage, I can't see shit.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I'm looking down, and the next thing I know, my whole section gets loud as hell after the spear spot through the barricade. And then I look up, and all of a sudden, Edge and Finn Balor are coming towards me. And I'm like, holy shit. Edge and Finn Balor are coming towards me. And I pulled out my phone, and I got a shot of it, thank God. That was like the coolest fucking thing in the world until the end, of course. But yeah, like they literally, I got the video of it right here. Just go right by me. Here. There they are. Feet away. Like crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Man.
Wish I had the aisle seat at this point for that moment. But that was absolutely incredible. And then of course everybody comes out, and then Rey Mysterio's music hits, and that place blew up when Rey Mysterio's music hit. Just getting to see all of these people for the first time, it was a little emotional, honestly. I was tearing up a little bit when it just music hit, because I have wanted to hear that live for a very long time. So I'm really glad that I
It's
got
awesome
to.
to hear that on this day.
Oh my God. Everybody
awesome.
around me singing.
Yeah.
Everybody around me.
Me and Babylon went to Raw when it came to Portland, and hearing that live was just like, wow, that was my first time hearing it live, and I can see why people really like Edge's theme song and him that much, because to hear that.
Yeah. So again, because this match a lot of it took place not in the ring, I didn't get to see it all. But the whole moment of them going up the stairs and doing the stuff up there, awesome. Dominic got some heat on this show.
He bit his alleged father.
Dominic fucking that kid. Yeah,
dude.
that
Dominic was waiting to do that for all of his life. He was like,
he was like, remember that one time you grounded me, Dad? Oh yeah, remember that time you took the car from me?
Remember that one time you went on that date, Dad? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, let me go take that.
Remember that one time you caught me spending all your money on OnlyFans, Dad?
The one negative about the match was after, today I was on Twitter, and then there was a moment somebody posted Michael Cole reacting to Dom going, ham on Ray, and Michael Cole fucking ruled in that call.
He rules now in commentary.
Somebody needs to slap this kid. He actually said that on commentary.
Someone needs to slap this kid in the ass. Damn it.
he played that up so beautifully, and I would have loved to hear that, but obviously you can't hear commentary in the building. So
Oh,
The
yeah,
kick
the
to the
yam
yam
bag.
bag was fucking classic.
Well,
the pop
when
that
I was like,
guy.
come on, Uncle Edge. Come on, Uncle Edge. Yeah.
The kick
Shake my
to the
hand. Uh,
So then there was a spot by where my row was where the people were coming in as a surprise. So that's where Beth came out of.
Auntie Beth.
That was, I mean, that was so quick. I didn't get to take a picture or anything of that. That's also where the Braun Breaker came out of when they showed Braun Breaker
With the
Oh,
NXT
that's right.
title.
And our girl, Nikita
and
Lyons.
Nikita. I don't think she came out of that area because I didn't see her
She was
coming
on
around.
the, I think she was probably on the other side of you guys.
Also, Julius Creed was there.
Mhm.
Did they show
Oh.
him on camera?
No, but there
No.
was a bunch of
Yeah.
NXT people there. I know for a fact.
Are they going to get called up to the main roster?
Yeah. Very attractive in person, I just want to say.
Julius Creed.
No.
You know, let me say
Very
this.
much so.
Let me say
mean-
this before we go any further. The genuine excitement from Drew being in this show, the genuine excitement from the look on his face, and it makes me happy, man. It really does make me happy. I'll tell you.
Same
Drew
here.
sent me a picture earlier with him circled himself, and he was like, "There I am, right there." Like Drew watched himself on TV, circled it, and sent it to me. And was like, "That's me." It made me laugh so hard, bro. Like as a professional wrestler, man, I gotta say, it's people like you, Drew, that makes doing what we do fucking worth it. So kudos to
That-
Drew, man.
That's how I was when I saw myself at the NXT Takeover Portland show, and that was like my first ever NXT Takeover pay per view as a whole, and the first ever pay per view in 10 years that Portland ever had.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a pay-per-view. Pay-per-view has a different vibe than the regular
Busty
show.
Rose.
That's for sure. And Extreme, and what a better first pay-per-view than Extreme Rules, honestly. When actually every match is an Extreme Rules match and not like
And a
one or two.
stipulation, and not just one.
Right. So, yeah. So, this is one of those things that will live in my mind forever. So I'm very, very happy I got to see it live.
Yeah.
I was sad by the finish, though I kind of predicted it as soon as Beth came out. I was like, "Oh shit, this is what's going to end
This
up
is gonna go.
happening."
This is gonna go bad.
We all went fucking full on savage heel.
We were sadistic.
I was
We were
like,
sadistic.
do it, do
Do
it,
it,
do
do
it. When she got
it.
her concerto, I love Beth Phoenix. I
She sold that
1000% love Beth
concerto like a
Phoenix.
champ.
But like me and Julian said, you don't bring your wife, you don't bring your kids to motherfucking work because
Goldberg.
something bad's gonna happen.
Remember when
Yeah.
Goldberg brought his kid? Remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
got choked out.
Yeah.
That's right. Gage ain't been back since. He was like,
Oh,
"Dad, I ain't going over
Julian.
Chaz no more."
In the chat.
Julian in the chat.
Babyface
Hey,
running,
Julian.
big money moment of the night.
So this match gets a 10 for me.
I will
Absolutely.
give it a fucking 11, dude. This is another one of 11 out of 11 matches because the sheer violence was one thing, but the ending for me, the three things this match just cemented this match great. One, I call the finish because that finish was the big money, the main event, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns match from the last year's Extreme Rules. When Jimmy came in and he told him, say I quit, and he was like, no, and he was like, fucking say I quit, and he started fucking his brother up. It's like, I quit. I call that. As soon as I saw Beth come down, I said, it's gonna be the fucking Jey Uso Roman Reigns finish right here. Boom. And that's what it was. Second thing, the fact that they finally brought a woman into the mix that will stand up to Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
Now we can have Rhea Ripley in wrestling matches instead of just being a second or a valet or a manager or whatever the fuck her role is right now.
Rhea can take
And the third
AJ
thing,
Mysterio on.
the third thing that I was so excited about, I called this match before it happened. We are going to have Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Julian wants the link, by the way.
That is going to be the fucking match. And I'm excited about that. So excited. Very excited. Drew, what are your thoughts on this?
Sign me up, because firstly, Rhea is a presence in person, I have to say. Like, tall as hell, very, as a gay man, look, some people, if I was straight, Rhea Ripley is one. Absolutely.
You saying Rhea can get it?
Absolutely. Yes.
Ooh, he said
Rhea
Rhea can get it.
is swole.
So I'm really happy. I will absolutely watch Rhea versus Beth 100%.
It's going to be a great match. That would be a great match. So we're going to go ahead and do this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to a quick commercial break before we get to the last two matches. And the big money of the night, the big moment that we're all waiting for.
Mm.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after these exciting messages from the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Wow. Great place.
Wow, you sound pretty excited about that. We'll be right back. And we're back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I think Julian wants the link to pop on in here. I don't know if you catch me heard that.
Y'all think we should let Julian in here?
Yeah, we should let
Why
Julian
not?
in here.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go
Apparently
ahead and
got
give Julian,
muted last night.
Let's give Julian a minute. And
Yeah,
10
because he
seconds.
mentioned the match that should never be mentioned in this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's give Julian a minute and 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Professional wrestling is one of the toughest sports going today. If you ever dreamed of being a professional wrestler, then former WWE superstar and World Tag Team Champion Sir Mo of the famed tag team Men on a Mission invites you, yes, you, to join his Bumps and Bruises Academy. Now in 2 locations in Carrollton, Texas, and Sherwood, Arkansas. Allow Sir Mo and his head coach, Dante Smiley, and other coaches to get you on the road to an exciting and rewarding career. Classes forming now for your shot. Contact Sir Mo at 704-819-7312 or fill out an information questionnaire now. Don't wait, make your dreams come true today by joining the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy.
Hi, this is James Beard with SWE Fury, and you're watching the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Join us, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy,
Oh man.
mixologist himself, Mr. Chemical Julian. Is in the
Oh man, I'm back. Drew, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the
all-
fun house right now, so I'm jealous of you.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's Muscle Man Bray right there, and the one that, we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
that guy that's
That
put
guy.
aside because he's a sexual deviant.
But
Um,
I'm jumping the gun.
No, we're not jumping the gun. We have a
almost there.
strict.
We're
we have a
almost
strict
there. It's okay. I'm,
format
hold,
tonight,
I'm
ladies
holding
and
it
gentlemen.
as well.
Speaking of that,
holding it as
Mr.
well.
OnlyFans Jane Husky, Big Drew Nicholas right here, Big Money Drew, your boy of the franchise, and Mr. HMIC himself, Mr. Chemical Julian.
Wow.
We are here live here on the big old Twitch channel, ladies and gentlemen, for the
Woo!
Roundtable
Wow.
Pro Wrestling Podcast Extreme
Almost a
Rules
partner.
Night 2 recap with your boy Big Money Drew. So this is what we're doing, Julian. We're ranking the matches on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being diarrhea in the mouth. And so far, the worst match on the show has been the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh my God, I'm shocked.
What would you rate that match? A 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
I gave it a 2.
I-
Drew gave it a
I was
3.
I was gonna be kind and give it. Tell you what, I'm gonna give it a 5, and here's why.
Fuck,
What?
I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 2.
So number one, I didn't absolutely hate it, and I've seen worse Liv Morgan matches. That's number one.
Oh.
Number two, the match ended the way it should have. That was
Yeah,
with
we all
Liv
agree on that.
losing and Liv getting choked out. That's fine. I have no problem with that. 3, what I do have a problem with is that Ronda Rousey's now SmackDown Women's Champion.
Can't win them all. Shit.
I mean, once again, why do you have her when you have Shayna Baszler? But
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
that.
yeah, I need a haircut soon, so that would have been nice. If
She does straight.
There
razor
were
cuts too, man.
there were a
Amazing.
few moments.
by the
of
way,
non-chemistry.
the comment, 2 comments underneath that. Yes, I do.
Oh, Drew, we missed you.
Oh man, shenanigans
Sorry to interrupt.
all night.
But yeah, it just the simple fact that Liv was SmackDown Women's Champion meant that at some point the belt had to be defended. Well, they can send it to Rio de Janeiro, but no, it just but the belt's off of her. So as far as I'm concerned, like there's nowhere to go but up from here, unless they bring back Charlotte and just like fucking hand her the belt again. But you know, Ronda Rousey's got it. She's gonna be a worse part timer than Roman Reigns right now. So I mean,
Wow.
they just gotta have somebody take it off of her, like lickety split.
Shayna. Make Shayna the champ. I've been
By
saying.
calling Liv mid, you're making mid seem mid.
I've been saying it, and I got a lot of
I
Liv fans
so
angry.
I like Liv. I just think that Vince and then for some reason Triple H just sucked booking her creatively. Like just not good at all.
I don't know. I think they gave her every opportunity, Drew.
Oh yeah,
She's just not believable.
she's not. She's
I
absolutely
mean,
not.
they might as well.
Let's talk
They may as well
Dante
have given
Martin.
her. They may as well have given Liv
You just saying
Morgan.
this breathing. You have no room to talk, Mister.
They might as well have given Liv Morgan like a Chola gimmick, and been like, hey, everybody go out there, do the lip liner with the lipstick with the liner on it, and just act like you're from East LA or some shit. Liv.
Lean like a cholo. I mean,
And
shit,
nobody would have believed it.
Yeah.
Like no one believes Dante Martin's a tough guy. Same shit.
Oh
same shit.
He really is. He really is
Like,
obsessed with Dante.
I mean, first of all, Dante went toe to toe against Kenny Omega and made it believable. Liv Morgan was not a believable champion at all whatsoever.
Liv Morgan was champion. Dante Martin never was. Anyway, main event matchup right here. Your boy Matt Riddle versus Seth friggin' Rollins. Sorry. The whole effing show, Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle in a fight pit match. Now,
Fight pit?
I gotta say this. The fact that he came out dressed like RVD and RVD hit him up on Twitter.
I didn't even
like
notice
today.
until
That was funny as shit. He called himself the whole effing show. Realistically, Seth Rollins is the whole effing show, man.
yeah, and he earned it, and I'm not mad at it.
Neither am I. So Drew, since you were live in the building, tell us what were your thoughts on the
what was the reception for this match?
Yeah.
It was all right. So this is what I think was going on in the building, because I was kind of thinking the same thing. Everybody, because of the way that everybody pretty much fantasy booked how Bray Wyatt was going to return, everyone thought that it was going to be when Drew and Karrion Kross were in the ring. So when that was not the main event, I don't think anybody expected him to show up. I kind of didn't expect it either, to be honest.
I was honestly losing faith on that.
But I got a Fightful Select notification during that match that made me go, oh, maybe he is still going to show up. And it made me think, okay, it's not going to be now. Let's hold off, because a major thing was supposed to happen at the end of the show, according to the Fightful Select post. So, I was like, okay, all right. But I know that the building you heard as soon as the bell rang, "We want Wyatt" chants.
Oh yeah, all the way around.
They were very loud, and I have to say, so now about this match, the fight pit, really cool visual. Everyone was like, oh, here comes, the guy next to me, especially, never seen the fight pit before. So seeing that come down, the whole visual of that, really cool. I like the addition of the lights around the top.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool.
It was very helpful to see things. And the whole match stayed in the ring, obviously, because you couldn't go anywhere else. So I could see the entire thing. So that was nice. The spots up on top, creepy in person, because God Almighty, that is high up. That is really high up. And there was one point people thought, myself included, that Riddle was going to do an RKO from up there, but not onto the top part, but onto the floor. Thankfully, that didn't happen, because probably somebody would have had a broken bone or two.
Oh,
I mean, both of them probably would have died right after that.
But it was a very good match. I would say 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because it was crazy. But I'm gonna be right back, so you guys continue talking.
Okay. Well, you muted yourself before the end of that sentence, but we'll just go with it. But I think that what hurt it a little bit was the finish kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was
People weren't
surprised
really
about the
expecting
finish
that.
myself. People said the finish was a little bit rushed because they were running out of time, which I kind of believe that.
I mean, I don't know anything about if there was like a time limit or something like that, but not of the match, of like the show ending at a certain time. But it was a very good match. I really enjoyed it. Some of the spots were horrifying up on top. You know, we're thinking like, oh god, you know, like when Seth had Riddle up and was running with him up there, I'm like, where the fuck are they? Where is he going to throw him? You know, because you know he usually throw them up on the ring post or in the cage, you
There
know, the
was
wall or
nothing on
something.
there. There was no
I was like,
padding.
oh shit,
There was no
where's he gonna?
nothing.
You know, right? So it was a really nice. It was great. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't expect Riddle to win, and plus when the another part with fantasy booking, which is sometimes just the worst thing that you can possibly do, because then that's like the somewhat of like the expectation, you know, like you set that expectation for yourself and then you get let down. So a lot of people had fantasy booked that Daniel Cormier was going to like play into the finish somehow.
I mean, he didn't play it into the match, but not the finish.
He really didn't do anything to affect the outcome of the match.
Correct.
Yes.
So when Riddle just won, and I didn't see it, because like, you know, there were some people that were standing there a little bit taller than me, and there was this one guy. This is the funny. I didn't mention this before. The guy that was straight and to the right of me, so like right on the diagonal, that was my view of the ring. And this guy had the puffiest fucking hair that covered like 85% of the ring.
Oh man.
So every, you know, I'm like,
And you
God,
don't want to
like,
be rude and say, hey,
you know,
can you
I'll
like,
say like, hey, could somebody have a buzzer and just buzz this guy's hair down a little bit?
well, speaking of a buzzard.
So yeah, so it was a very fun match. 7 out of 10 for sure. What had I think I want to watch it back on Peacock. It probably visually with cameras looked more violent than it did in the arena. So I do want to watch it back. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it a lot.
I have to agree. I say DC did a great job of officiating straight down the middle when people were messing with him. He messing with them back as he said he would do. The spots on the fight pit were great, and the Broton off the fight pit looked a little bit messy, but only because Riddle never actually jumped off the fight pit before. He just bounced off of it in NXT. But yeah, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was really good.
So I will say here that I fully expected Riddle to win simply because, dude, he was getting buried verbally
But he won against Riddle at
by Seth Rollins just on a weekly basis. He had to get his heat back.
Hey, Riddle, you still there? Talk about my family.
So
let's talk about your family.
When they played that back before the match started, so they played that on the Tron, that whole video package. Everyone was reacting to that again, like we just watched it for the first time.
It was crazy.
It was such a great moment. It was like when they did that, it all acted like they were starting to act out as friends. I'm like, okay, are they just like friends? And do they know that they're not off the air or something? And then when that whole set started, I was like, what the fuck? Can't see his kids.
Man, Riddle can't see his kids.
No.
That's fucked up.
All right, so it's time.
Okay, look, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, these fucking guys have been Shane's been so excited about this. Look, Julian, have you noticed what Shane's name is?
Oh yeah, he said he was gonna do it.
We need to make sure that Mr. OnlyFans is in the house. So, ladies and
He
gentlemen,
said he's gonna do it, man.
now
And
for the
I was kind of giving Shane like just the whole. I thought he's just gonna relax the whole day and just be like just so tired, just from popping so hard last night. Like he just have to lay in bed and recuperate.
My voice was shot throughout the rest of the day, and now it's finally starting to get cleared up.
You think he had a rest after last night?
wow.
Right. Let me take the lead on this.
Wow. Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Before we reveal, we're here. People were like, "What did he say?" Ladies and gentlemen, the White Rabbit was unveiled to be Drew,
Mr. Bray Wyatt himself.
And that made me so
Shane was
damn
so excited.
happy. Like,
So before I get into it, I went back and I watched the end of the stream that you guys did yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful reactions. I loved, especially this guy's reaction was incredible, absolutely incredible.
Man, the crazy part is the audience was like insanely loud,
they were insanely loud.
and then he took off the mask and it got louder.
Right?
He's
Like someone was like,
Okay,
"Let me
He
turn
is
the volume
the
down to
guy.
7. Okay, turn it to 15."
so here's the deal. Bell rings. Riddles announces the winner. Cage starts coming up. Obviously, in the building, we're not watching what you see on Peacock or whatever streaming service that you have,
right.
legally or
Yep.
illegally. So everybody around me, we're all like, all right, so what's going on? I guess, and I'm just thinking like, you know what? I got to see Edge. I got to see Finn, Bailey, Bianca, Sheamus. Cool. And then the lights go out and everyone loses their shit because it's happening. And I did go back and watch this on the network, specifically on Peacock. Michael Cole did just the most beautiful job with this. Are we still on the air? Corey, are we still on the air?
Sorry, you there? Yeah, I'm here.
Lights go out, and then he's got the whole world blow up. The whole place.
Like when the whole world, when that song played, I was just like, ugh, I was gonna freaking nut.
Now,
Yes, I said it.
total darkness in the ring, except for the lights from other people's phones. Now this is the part where it's like in the building, in the place that I was in, probably wasn't the greatest seat, unfortunately, for some of the stuff, but it didn't take me out of what was happening. Trust me. So the first spotlight, Huskus the Pig. Second spotlight, Mercy the Buzzard. And then the Rambling Rabbit one, which I took a picture of. Fucking creepy as hell. That was the creepiest one.
The guy who did all the movies, that was doing the movies with Bray, the guy who made the Fiend mask, and the guy who's been doing all the stuff, made all that stuff this week. Like literally, he made it all like this week.
Absolutely
Fun fact: the mask that Bray was wearing was from the Black Phone. That was By the way, great movie. Go see that.
So after the Rambling Rabbit one, they do the ones by the ring. Yeah. I did not see those live because I couldn't see but the ring area. And also, I could not see the stage very well. So I had no idea that there was a door there. No clue. I had no idea that Abby and the Fiend showed up at ringside, or that the burnt Fiend mask was on the commentary desk.
That was
I
awesome.
saw Cole and Graves react to something,
Uh,
but had no idea what it was. So the crowd is popping for everything.
Everything.
But so remember what I said earlier. There were no screens around except for the jumbotron
and that was
directly
pitch black.
above,
Yeah.
and so we didn't see any. Like every time, because it was like, here's Rambling Rabbit, here's Mercy the Buzzard, here's
Correct.
Huskus. Every time there was a pop, everybody on the floor is like, "What's going on?" Everyone's looking around because we don't know where the other places are that they were. So for most of the rest of the night, every time there was a huge pop, everybody on the floor is looking around because we're like, where is it? Because we're thinking it's all in the arena. So then they play the Funhouse.
That was my favorite part.
That was visually incredible, even though it was on the Tron, just visually incredible. And the distorted music and everything, the whole vibe in the building I'm not like into horror stuff, and I don't like watch horror stuff, and this is why, because legitimately it felt like being in, I'm not kidding, it felt like actually being in one of those.
He's taking over, guys. It's happening.
He's everywhere. What the
It felt like being in one of those like jump scare haunted house things where
yeah.
people are paid to like jump out and scare you. It legitimately felt like that.
It is October, by the way.
Exactly.
So
Spooky season.
it's spooky season, as gamers like to call it.
So then the video ends. I could not hear. I have a hearing loss, and I cannot hear very well.
Because
People
everyone's
are
screaming.
Yeah, so I did not hear anything that Bray was saying in that video about.
Okay, so what Bray said, was, "I'm back." That's what he said. I'm back.
But I mean,
Everybody was
I mean in the video, when he was wearing the mask.
Yeah, there was like some chants and whisperings when he was
of like, you
wearing-
killed the world.
Yeah.
Who killed the
Yeah.
world? You did.
Yeah.
So I did not hear that live. I had no idea what he was saying.
The "You Killed the World" referring to Vince McMahon, by the way.
McMahon killed the world.
Yes.
So that fuckface to the right of Julian.
I was like, where? And I was like, oh, damn.
So
I got scared for a second.
then there's the big boom of light coming from the stage, and I have no idea what's going on over there. I did not know until I got back to the hotel and watched it on Peacock that Bray Wyatt was in the building.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
The whole time?
When I looked, so they showed Bray coming out, that whole part they showed on the Jumbotron, but I wasn't looking up there because I didn't know that they were showing it up on the Jumbotron.
Oh.
So, because it was really like, it wasn't directly above me, but it was close enough to where, you could barely see what was actually
and
on
have
it.
it like super high up, where it's like, if you're a front row, good luck on seeing that. 'Cause that's
At Grand Slam, when I went to Grand Slam, there were screens all over the place. So you could see what was happening when it was on the floor, and you couldn't, and your vision was blurred by people sitting in barricade and whatnot. Not in this case, unfortunately. So I did not know that Bray was in the building. I didn't, but the pop, I just looked up and I see him there. I didn't see the mask pull. Just when that pop happened, which was deafening. I'm not kidding when I say that. Like, nothing that I have been to as a wrestling fan at any show can match that moment, except Soraya's debut at Grand Slam.
Mhm.
But just because there were so many more people in this building, it was louder. Just because it was, and that was just like one quick debut. This was like an experience. It was like a roller coaster
Yes.
ride. We're going up and then down. Here comes all the puppets in the thing, and then we're going up. Here's the video, and then we're going down again. Like it was such an experience live that I will never forget. Like everyone around, like, where's the next person? Where it felt like being in a haunted house. Like that whole experience. And then, so he then gets revealed. But when I was looking up, I didn't know that was in the building at the time, because I didn't see the door. I didn't see that whole thing. I just saw this little gold glow and then this beam of light. But I didn't know that it was Bray coming out of.
Because people were like blocking you. And
Yeah, it was way too far. Like there were way too many people. But that did not like sour the moment for me at all, because I will never forget that. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what will match it again, honestly.
Especially with that return by Bray, I don't think anything can top that in the next, I don't know, maybe 5 years or so.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think God coming back and rapturing everybody would probably top that. Shit, man. Look, CM Punk coming back was the hugest thing that happened in wrestling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
8 years he's been gone, and he came back, and he got the biggest pop in the history of wrestling until last night. Last night, Vince McMahon getting the boot from WWE, leaving, retiring from the business, being gone forever.
And that's what Bray said.
Bray Wyatt was like, hold my mask. He came back and shocked the world, man.
Shocked the world.
Man, the fact that the crowd was so loud that the camera couldn't really pick up what Bray was saying.
Right.
And it was right in front of him.
And what I'm saying is the crowd was already loud, and when he took off the mask, it got louder. Like someone just shoved like twice as many fans in the arena.
This is what happened.
And I was like, oh my God, this dude just got the
Kevin Dunn was sitting backstage and he had the volume down at 6, right? And then Bray came out and he was like, what's all that noise? Oh shit. Let me turn that shift to 20. Yeah, that's what Kevin Dunn did. Oh my God. It was crazy, man. Crazy. Like I said, man, Vince McMahon,
he fucked over Bray so hard it wasn't even funny. Like he severely fucked him over.
Now, I just want to say, I'm a big Bray fan. Time will now tell whether or not it truly was always Vince that squandered a lot of his stuff, or if Bray's creative vision just wasn't as great as we all thought it was.
Wow, Julian, that picture you just sent me, that can be true. Except for the Liv Morgan one would be Alexa Bliss.
For the Firefly Funhouse puppets coming.
I swear to God, if Bo Dallas comes back, he better leave. He better come back wearing white. But you gotta leave.
And he better cut a promo about him saying the believe thing as a roast to Vince McMahon.
So I think that the way I see it is 100% what I know, what I feel, at least in my heart, to be true, is the moment the Funhouse vignettes in the beginning, before The Fiend debuted under that SummerSlam, the moment the vignettes became alive in the building somewhere thing and not a pre-tape, this thing was dead in the water. I knew the moment the first live Firefly Funhouse video that they did, where it was definitely live and it wasn't a pre-tape, I said, oh shit, Vince has his hands on it now. Something bad is going to happen. Sure enough, it only took 2 months from the Fiend debut at SummerSlam that year. And he was already in what I considered the worst pay-per-view finish of all time.
Yes.
That 2019 Hell in a Cell. With the crowd chanting AEW at the end.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They were chanting about
And
AEW.
I stopped watching WWE for a little while after that. Because I was like, fuck this. This is just ridiculous. And now, that was almost 3 years to the day, by the way.
He never forgets.
October
by the way.
6th, 2019 was that Hell in a Cell. October 8th, 2022, a better cage match in the main event, and Bray Wyatt being God's gift to wrestling.
And Seth Rollins was involved in the cage match again.
Yeah,
like I said earlier, when we were talking about Bray Wyatt returning, I said it would be poetic justice for him to return with that cage match with Seth Rollins being the main event.
Right.
He had to come back right then and there. And when he did that,
now,
Blue Chew all day. Blue Chew all day.
Now, imagine, not right away, but imagine the day where Bray finally meet up with Roman Reigns. Finally. To
hey, Roman, remember that one time we were in FCW and you were Lehia, whatever your name was, and when the Shield faced the Wyatt family. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Since we do a roundtable rewind show, well, we rewind some classics. How about we do one of two things? FCW Bray Wyatt versus Benicio Salazar from May 13th, 2012, 10 years ago. Or should we rewind the epic 6-man tag team match?
Please,
the Wyatt family versus the Shield.
The 6-man, like, come on.
I picked the 6-man.
That was like the best match of the card. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
I will
that's what we'll do.
Watch that with you.
That's what we'll do. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this very special Big Money Drew edition of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Can we get that Bray Wyatt picture pop up again?
Right
here. Man, I don't know, man. That's kind of scary, man.
That's kind of scary. But you know what? It's October.
It's
favorite month.
Okay, October. And yeah.
But I mean, he is right here as well, so he's everywhere.
That is true. He is everywhere.
He's pointing at you right now.
Yeah. Hi, Bray.
There it is.
I'm here. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast for Mr. OnlyFans, Shane F. and Husky, for HMIC, himself, Mr. Chemical Julian, for Big Money Drew, I'm the franchise, and for this dude right here, help me here,
our Lord and Savior.
He's back.
We will see ya when we see ya.
He's back.
He's back.
Bray Wyatt, can we go?
He's back.
Can we go?
Oh shit! No, we're still here. Hi. All right,